The following Zoom session is being recorded and will appear later today on my YouTube channel, Math with Mayo. When you participate in the Zoom meeting, if you do not wish for your picture or your name to be made public, please leave the video off and use an alias name. If you have questions during the meeting but do not wish to speak, email me at bmayo@ybcc.edu and I will respond as soon as I can. So today we're going to be reviewing for the Chapter 7 test. Let's start off with questions that you have from section, I believe it was 7.7, and then we'll look at chapter review questions after that. So just jump right in there and tell me what you got and we'll take a look.
I have a couple from 7.7. I don't know if you want to pull up the WebAssign on mine.
Sure, I can do that. Okay, just a minute. And let's see. It's coming. And okay, let's see. This is 7.7. And it looks like you want to start with problem number 6. Is that right?
Yes, problem number 6.
Okay, so let me share that. So can you see it? The WebAssign there?
Yes.
All right, it says solve the number problem. The sum of a number and its reciprocal is 85 over 18. Find the number and its reciprocal. Okay, so we've got a number, which we're going to call x, and its reciprocal, which we're going to call 1 over x, and their sum equals 85 over 18. Okay, so let me get away from that and go back to sharing my work screen. Okay, so the sum of a number and its reciprocal is 85 over 18. Find the number its reciprocal. So if we call the number x, its reciprocal would be 1 over x. Are you okay with that?
Yeah.
So the sum of a number and its reciprocal is 85 over 18. So there's our equation. So now we have an equation that contains fractions. Let's clear the fractions by multiplying both sides by the LCD, which is what?
The x and then 18.
Right.
18x.
18x. Correct. So 18x times x is 18x squared. 18x times 1 over x would just be 18 because the x's would reduce out. Do you see that?
Yes.
All right. On the right side, the 18s reduce out and we have 85x. So now we've got, let's see, I'm going to subtract 85x from both sides. We've got 18x squared minus 85x plus 18 equals 0. Wow. That just looks awful, doesn't it? Okay, so now we've got to solve this second degree equation. And to do that, we're going to have to factor it. Do you want to use grouping or the trial and check method?
Grouping.
Okay, so let's see here. I'm going to need more room. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this equation and copy it on the next page. 18x squared minus 85x plus 18 equals 0. So I've got a whole bunch of room to work with. So A is 18. Oh, wait, is there a greatest common factor? I don't think so. No, 2 doesn't go in, 3, there isn't. Okay, too bad. B is negative 85 and C is 18. Let's see, the sum is negative 85 and the product, what's 18 times 18? That's 324, okay? Now, my product is positive, so I've got to have 2 positives or 2 negatives, but my sum is negative, so I've got to have 2 negative numbers. You following all that?
Yeah.
So I'm looking for 2 negative numbers. So let's see. I could try negative 324 and negative 1. That would give me a product of 324, and it would give me a sum of negative 325. Well, we're a long ways away from the sum, aren't we? But negative 324 is even. So if I cut that in half, I'll have, let's see, that would be 162 and then double this. So now I've still got a product that's 324. And I've got a sum that's now 164. We okay with that?
Yes.
Cut it in half again. Negative 81, negative, oh, hey, sweet, there it is. That didn't take as long as I thought it was gonna. So there's our 2 numbers, all right?
Yeah.
So now I've got 18x squared minus 81x minus 4x plus 18 equals 0. I'm gonna factor by grouping groups of 2. The greatest common factor of the first 2 terms is a 9x. So I've got 2x minus 9 left over. On the right side, I've got 2x minus 9 left over, and I need a minus 2 outside. Taking out the greatest common factor of 2x minus 9, the leftovers are 9x minus 2. So I get that. Take each factor that contains a variable, set it equal to 0 and solve it. 2x minus 9 equals 0, add 9, I get 2x equals 9, divide by 2, x equals 9 halves. 9x minus 2 equals 0, add 2 to both sides, 9x equals 2, divide by 9, x equals 2/9. Let me know when you're ready to go on.
Yeah, I'm ready. That was, I didn't expect to do all that work for just that one problem.
I know. So we've got these 2 answers. Let's go back here. So x is either 9 halves or x is 2/9. Well, they both actually work because if the number is 9 halves, its reciprocal would be 2/9. And if the number is 2/9, its reciprocal would be 9 halves. So those are the 2 answers.
Yeah.
In the directions, it says to put the smaller value first. So 2/9 would go in the first box and 9 halves would go in the second box.
Oh, okay.
All right. Let's see here. That was number 6. It looks like you also want to look at number 8. Is that true?
Yeah, number 8 too.
Okay. So let's go there. And it says, if the same number, another one of those situations, if the same number is added to both the numerator and the denominator of the first measurement, the result is the second measurement. Find the number. All right. So first of all, let's figure out what the first measurement is and what the second measurement is. So we've got an inch. I believe that each one of those little notches is 1/16 of an inch. Do you see that?
Yes.
So the first one is 1/16 of an inch, and the second one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6/16 of an inch, which could be written as 3/8 of an inch as well. Okay.
Okay.
So the first measurement is 1/16 of an inch. The second measurement is 6/16 or 3/8 of an inch. It says, if the same number is added to both the numerator and the denominator of the first measurement, the result is the second measurement. So let me switch screens. So again, we know the first one is 1/16 of an inch. The second one is 6/16 or 3/8. If the same number, which I'm going to use x, is added to the numerator and the denominator of the 1/16, the result is 3/8. So are you okay with where I got my equation?
Yes.
All right. So now we're going to multiply both sides by the LCD, which is 8 times the quantity 16 plus x, 8 times the quantity 16 plus x. Okay.
Yeah.
On the left side of the equation, the 16 plus x's reduce out, and I've got 8 times the quantity 1 plus x. On the right side of the equation, the 8's reduce out. I've got 3 times the quantity 16 plus x. So far, so good?
Yep.
On the left distributing, I get 8 plus 8x. On the right, I get 48 plus 3x. I'm going to solve for x on the left. So I'll subtract 3x from both sides. 8 plus 5x equals 48. I'll subtract 8 from both sides. 5x equals 40. Divide both sides by 5, and x equals 8. Now, it said to find the number, so there it is. The number is 8.
And there was another one. I'm not sure which one it was.
It was 14.
Was it 14? I know I got one of the answers right, but the other one I couldn't figure it out.
Yeah, let's take a look at 14. Okay. Are we ready to go on to 14?
Yeah, I am.
I already see what you did wrong. Okay, looking at your answers, so you got the 3% for the first one, right?
Yeah.
The mini-mole, it said it's 10% more. So 3% plus 10% would be 13%.
Oh, I multiplied the 3 by the.
Yeah, it did something different there. So
Yeah.
Is that enough to fix it, or do you want to go through the whole?
Yeah, that's enough. I kept multiplying them.
Okay. So let's see. Is it? Here comes Greg and Rach. Is that how you say it? R-A-C-H-E?
Oh yeah, it's Rach or Rachel, whatever.
Okay. Do you have any questions on the section 7.7?
No, I don't. I did have some trouble with the same one that Daniela was having trouble with. But I was able to get some help from a teammate. So
okay. How about you, Greg? Gregory, do you have any questions on 7.7?
No, I don't have any questions.
Okay, so is everybody good to go to the chapter review?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
All righty, then we shall do that. Let's see here. Let me go back here and here. Okay, so chapter review. What do you got?
I needed help on the chapter review too. I think it was number 2.
Okay.
I have it written down. You can pull up my web assign too. I don't care. Or would you rather me read it to you?
I'll pull it up here since you are fine with showing the world what's going on. Let's see, chapter review. number 2. Okay. So, and the truth is the world doesn't really care anyway, right? So it's like, whatever. All right. It says, simplify the rational expression, assume that no denominator is 0. If not possible, enter impossible. Okay. So you have a squared minus 4 over a plus 2, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the thing is, I thought I put a minus 2. I don't know.
Okay. Well, it shows just a 2, so somehow it didn't register. But you are correct in that that is the right answer, because factoring the numerator, we get that. And then reducing it out, we would get a minus 2. So I don't know. Somehow it didn't take all of the a minus 2. It just has a 2 there, but you can fix that, I'm sure. All right with that? I'll take that as a yes. Daniela?
Yeah, sorry. I was just checking.
Okay.
I did put a minus 2, but I put it as a capital A. Maybe that's probably why I marked it wrong.
Yeah, it could, because capital A and lowercase a aren't the same. So because the problem started with a lowercase a, you've got to use that. It's really picky. All right, Rach, Gregory, questions on the chapter review? Anything there you want to look at?
No, I don't have any questions.
Okay. Rachel? Anything? Well, if you're good, we'll end the session. If there's questions you want to ask, I'll stick around. So you tell me.
I'm just double checking to make sure I didn't have any other questions.
Okay.
Yeah, that was all for me, Mr. Mayo. You helped me
Okay.
out.
All right. We good, everybody?
Yes, I am.
All right. Well, I will stop the recording. And so you've got until what, 11:59 tonight to finish your test?